How's it going? Jeff again. Now, this is a great vlogger. His name's Dale, and the channel is Dale H, and I'll put the link in the description. And basically, he is in Bendigo, I believe, and he's a real truther. Now, I'd say if there was 1,000 guys like him with channels like he's got, we would be free. Right? This guy speaks truth. He puts out freedom. I want to play a few seconds of this video of his here.
The intention should be freedom. That's it.
That's right.
I'm getting a lot of people contacting me saying, "You need to look into this. You need to talk about flat Earth. You need to give your life over to Jesus as your savior." And I'm like, no, I don't need to do any of that shit. Like, none of that matters now. We're under attack. Everyone needs to come together under the common cause, which is freedom. That's it.
That's it, yeah. So that's what we need to promote, guys. We need to promote freedom. Personally, I put out a flyer. I've shown you in past videos. It's called Quotes to Set You Free, and it's got 22 quotes. I think it's 22 or 23, and basically a bunch of channels that I really like. They're good freedom channels. Aaron Dowdy, You Are Creators, Spiritual Library, Know Your Rights Group, and a couple others there. And basically, yeah, it's all about freedom, these channels. So spiritual freedom as well as legal type freedom as well when you talk Know Your Rights Group. So that's what we need to do. We need to promote. And in this video, he says you could start gardens, start vlogs, you know, get rid of the fear, get rid of your TV set. These are all things that help you free you up, you know, like starting a garden makes you less reliant on the government. Okay. So he also mentions meditation. You know, I'm not big on meditation. I'm big on affirmations. I believe affirmations work. I'm sure meditation works for a lot of people. I just don't really get into it myself, but that can help. And as I said, starting websites, truth and freedom websites, and YouTube channels. So that's what I've done. And yeah, so protesting, yeah, well, protesting's to me, it's not very effective, protesting, because what happens is, well, you look at what happened in London on the weekend. Basically, they did a protest, and what happened was it just got violent. The protesters and the police came to loggerheads, and 2 days later, the front page was COVID numbers skyrocket. So basically, yeah, it's. I'm not going to say anything more about that, except that it can be used, you know, to keep the populace under control, the COVID thing. So yeah, so the more it seems to be, the more writing, the more it seems to go up, and yeah, it can just be used that way by the government. So, and the other thing I want to say too, I say don't get violent with the police and all that, and the government. Yeah, it's non-resistance that's going to work, and promote instead of resisting, because whatever you resist persists. So what you do is promote truth and freedom. That's what you get. What you promote is what you get. You reap what you sow. The basic law of the universe is cause and effect. So you got to understand something about the police. They don't like doing this. A lot of them, most of them don't. I've got friends in the Philippines, and basically they're they got close family like brothers, sisters, and sons who are basically police officers. They hate wearing masks and they hate enforcing this. And I heard some of the Victorian police quit because they didn't want to do all this enforcement, because a lot of these police in the West too, they have family who are basically enslaved as well, and their family would be saying, "Hey, we don't like this." Some of those family members would be awake. Right, so they know that there's more agendas than just a virus, so-called virus. They know there's more to it than that, right? So just go easy on the police and the government, right? Because all I see, the only problem is, I'll just say one thing: 90% of people will use the sheep They're asleep. They just basically can't think critically. However, the 10% or less that are awake, and that number is growing very quickly, people are waking up in droves. But out of that 10% who are so-called awake and know what's going on and know there's other agendas, well, probably only 5 or 10% do anything to effectively make change. You know, they might be smug and say, yeah, I know what's going on, all these agendas, you know, Agenda 21 and all this, Agenda 2030 and Rockefeller lockstep program and the Illuminati or the Jesuits or the Freemasons and all this sort of stuff. It means fuck all, right? The truth is, it's what you do. That's all that counts. You got to promote freedom. That's all it boils down to. Truth and freedom. And what I see is just garbage, right? What I see, these 10% that are awake, this is the sort of stuff you get. You look in the comments here. Do you hear that, Andrews? We will raise up as people. Only a matter of time. Best you leave now. What the hell does that do? This girl could be putting up posters, you know, like with a fantastic freedom quote from a famous person all around her suburb or whatever, right? On market walls, etc. And she could be putting out links galore to this channel, to this guy's video, and pumping it all over Facebook. And she could be starting a YouTube channel. She could be starting a Truther website. There's a million things she could be doing, right? She could be getting it together with other people. This is just nonsense, right? We will rise up as people, only a matter of time. It's just resistance. Better leave now, right? And all of these quotes are the same. It's all, you know, you're a CUNT, Andrews, the police are pigs, and all this garbage, right? All it is resistance. So, yeah, let's all unify. What are you doing? You're sitting in your homes. You're not unifying. Okay, so you got to actually go out and meet people. So I'm not big on protests, you know, or I like to call them rallies, but because a protest is like, it's funny, really. All you're saying is to the government, we hate your rules. We don't want them, and that's what the government wants. They're just sitting back laughing, right? You're actually asking for the response. You're asking for the permission of the government to free you when you protest, right? It's garbage, right? So there's a million other things you can do, but I was going to say, if you're going to protest or rally, I should say, do it peacefully, respect the police, and I'll just give you my example. I went to the Free Victoria rally, and I saw this on Facebook the other day. I couldn't believe it because I was in it, and it was a video of all the rallies on the 5th of September around Australia, the Free Victoria rally, and here it is here. And basically, on the 5th of September, thousands of men, women and children united peacefully to stand up in solidarity with Victoria. And I was watching this video. See, it's got warriors. You don't need to say warriors, for Christ's sakes. Jeez. And then all of a sudden, I see this old bastard in a black hat and a blue coat walking down the street there. And with a bunch of flyers in his hand. These flyers here, because that's me there. The guy in the blue coat and the black hat there. So I didn't expect that. I remember seeing the cameraman, but I didn't know. That this would end up on YouTube, Facebook. But anyway, so what I did was put out these flyers. And basically, I got the details of the lady who was the keynote speaker at the event, and said to her, I gave her my card with my email address. I actually printed up a whole bunch of cards with my email address and handed them out to people. And I had a big chat with her at the end of the event and handed her the cards, right? And I just say, handed her my card, so hopefully she gets back to me. I said, I'll help you any way you want. And at the end, she basically said, at the end, at the speech on the Parliament House steps, she said, and we want to thank the police for being so good today. They were fantastic. Thank you very much. There was over 1,000 people. Everyone turned around. The cops were all behind us. I don't know, 20 cops or so. And basically, everyone just gave them a rapturous applause, right? And they loved it. The police loved it. And we walked off. I remember seeing a big black Sudanese policeman. I patted him on the back and said, mate, brilliant work. Thanks for everything. And everyone was all smiles, was all happy. There was no resistance whatsoever. It was just love and promoting peace, promoting truth. So that's what I'm saying. Promote peace, promote truth. And what I'm offering, I have the flyer. I've personally put out 12,000 myself, and basically, I'm pretty, I'm getting on. I'm nearly 60, and since the start of last month, I put out 12,000 in letterboxes in my area, the suburbs around me, and basically, it's got me really fit. That's a benefit. But if you don't promote peace, you won't get it. But what I'm saying is, I will send you the proof if you want to print up these flyers. If you don't and you want to print your own freedom flyers, or you can put some truth type flyers together, with truthful information, put them out in the letterboxes. And I'll just say, you just have to go to Freedom Quotes, Google Freedom Quotes. There's no shortage of them. And what I say is, don't put any flyers in letterboxes that say authorised GPO mail only. But if they say no junk mail, which is most letterboxes these days, put them in, because this is not junk mail. This is powerful information. So, So it is life-changing, and I can guarantee you, if Melbourne, for example, put 1,000 of these out, 1,000 people put 1,000 out, you got a million into households or under windscreen wipers or whatever, overnight it would just dramatically, it would just totally change. The whole place would completely change, because the reality is most people are so low in awareness that they don't even know they're not free. They really don't. That famous quote, what was that quote by Ron Gotter? I think I've got it written down somewhere. None are more hopelessly enslaved than those who think they are free. So that's so apt. But the other thing, as I said, the people who are awake, the 10% or so, I think that's really rising fast, probably closer to 15, even 20, 25% now. It's just incredible. People who were sound asleep that I've known all my life are now starting to wake up and saying, there's something going on here. There's other agendas, and they're finding out about Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030 and the Rockefeller lockstep stuff and all this, right? So they know what's going on. So, so what I'm trying to say is, I'll put my link for my email in the description, and you can basically email me. It's encrypted. It's a Proton email, so nobody can see the information coming in. So your details will be kept secrets, and I'll send it to you, the proof. Now, if you want the flyers yourself, I can send you over some. If you can't get to a printer, you might be in, say, Victoria. All the print shops are shut, I believe. Well, I can send you 1,000 over, but you're obviously going to have to pay something for it, because it's cost me quite a bit. I've spent over $1,000, well over $1,000 on my 20,000. I put out 12,000. I've still got about 7,000 or 8,000 sitting here that I'm going to put out in the next month, and then I'll print up another 10,000. So and if I can do it, like I said, I'm nearly 60. I'm still running around, getting fit, and putting this stuff out, 1,500 or so a week. It's or close to 2,000 some weeks, and one day I put out 1,000, right? So if I can do it, others can do it too. But if you're not going to do that, start groups, get links like to Dale's channel. You know, all these people, if they basically, instead of mouthing off garbage like they did in the chat here, just absolute rubbish, basically resist and being a victim. I'm a victim, look what they're doing to me and all this crap. Instead of being victims and resisting, just be proactive and promote this guy's channel on every bloody Facebook, to every Facebook friend you got. You know, put it on your channel. You might be on other forms of media. Put it out there, man. Or you might just want to do a flyer promoting this guy's channel. Say, find out the truth, and print his name and the name of his channel, or Know Your Rights Group channel. As long as you're not putting channels that are really all about resistance, okay, hatred, resistance, Alex Jones or somebody like that. You don't want to promote that sort of stuff. The cops will probably come down on you. But this guy, you know, he promotes freedom. He's not really into heavy resistance. It's all about truth and freedom with this fellow. So there's other people. Tom Barnett's another one. Terrific vlogger from Byron Bay. And what's the other one there? There's another guy I'm trying to think of. Oh, Matt Lawson. Yeah, he's another really good guy in Melbourne. So check him out too. But I'll put a link for Dale's channel. I'll put my email in there, so if you want to send me send me an email, and if you want the original flyer, or you want 1,000 flyers, I'll send them over to you, no problems at all. So thanks a lot. Thumbs up. And freedom is what we must promote, and we will get it. We will get freedom. It's either freedom or enslavement. So it's time to get off out. You know, it's time to move now. Right, because there's some heavy things are happening, and they could get worse, right? And other things you can do to create freedom is join the class action that's going on in Melbourne as well. That's another thing I forgot about. So there's links, class actions. Get rid of your TV and don't read newspapers. Get away from fear. Get away even from some of the truther channels. They're based on fear, a lot of them, right? So keep away from them. And meditation, like he says, might be a good thing if you want to do that. But me, I love these freedom channels. So to me, it's like a spiritual war, what's going on. So channels like Aaron Dowdy, You Are Creators, and the Spiritual Library are three channels I really love. They really have helped me dramatically. And Raymond Hollywell, that's another one there. He has incredible information on the 11 natural laws or universal laws of existence. And I've actually got the book. It's called Working with the Law. And I really recommend this book, Working with the Law. Okay, check that book out. It's got all the laws of the universe. And some of the laws are... Let's have a look here. Law of supply, law of thinking, law of increase, law of compensation, law of non-resistance, law of forgiveness, law of sacrifice, law of obedience, law of success. Right? So really good. Law of attraction, of course, is there too. So fantastic book, man. Life-changing book, this one. Absolutely life-changing. So the nature is based on these laws, and we are part of nature. And when you violate those laws, you get into trouble. Right now, we're enslaved. We've neglected freedom, okay, and you always reap what you sow. It's the basic law of the universe is cause and effect. So if you don't concentrate on freedom, you don't get it. You lose it, and that's what's occurred. And we need to put freedom back as the thing, the priority. Truth and freedom, I should say, not just freedom. Truth is part of freedom. You shine the light on truth. I just saw one of these channels I really love is Sean Atwood, the guy who basically exposes all the pedophilia stuff. Is it here on the side? I've been watching him a lot lately, and all the people involved in that sort of stuff. No, I can't see it, but Sean Atwood is another great channel I recommend. But anyway, thanks. Thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll just keep pumping out the truth. Catch ya. See ya.